Well, it's Saturday the 17th of September. This is episode 2232 of 301 Permanently Moved Online, a personal podcast 301 seconds in length, written, recorded and edited by me, at the JMO. Back after the longest break from the practice since 2019. The first week was relaxing. Week 2, I spent the time I would usually devote to making 301 doing writing exercises, exploring containers of different lengths. 300, 1500, 3000 words. I even tried to write a dramatic monologue. I must admit though, sitting down today to make this show filled me with an urgent anxiety. Sat at this same desk 4 years ago, it never occurred to me that there might be 199 more. But this episode is number 201. I am potentially speaking to you now at the beginning of the next 200. I'll be 42 at the end of that run, and honestly, if I'm to achieve it, I need to make some changes. Firstly, I'm going to adopt seasons of 10 weeks, with a week or two off between each one. So 40 episodes a year, not the 50 that I've been producing. Secondly, I feel the need to explore different size and shaped containers. 301 seconds, of course, will remain the primary format, the default container if you will, but this is a personal podcast, and I personally need to keep growing. The HTTP status codes, from which this show takes its name, still supply a great deal of inspiration. So listen out in the show's intro each week to know what sort of show you're getting. 411, length required. 201, created. 303, see other. Announcements about upcoming books I'm published in, or my zine, etc. will be 402s. Payment required. So Permanently Moved is the podcast. 301, a show type. New containers open up space to answer and act on the question in episode 2201. It also means new opportunities to make new mistakes, in public, in front of you all. And I'm excited. But this begs the question, if 301 is a show 301 seconds in length, then what is the wider project, the podcast, Permanently Moved, all about? To answer that question, I downloaded all the episodes and listened from the beginning. All 16 hours and 45 minutes of it. Some episodes I hadn't thought about since I hit upload. Others I don't remember making at all. It was an interesting experience, binging my own body of work. Hearing the work of Body and the show evolve. The person I am today is a very different human being to the one who set about making the show 4 years ago. As an archive of work, I'm happy with it. Enormously proud even. I did have to take a few days off in the middle though. Whilst I'm unperturbed by the sound of my own recorded voice, I did get a little tired of it. Too much JMO. I've often joked that Permanently Moved is about nothing in particular, only what's on my mind that week. But I've written and posted creative work week after week for 4 years, and then binge listened to it, and themes have emerged. I classified each episode as I went, and here are the results. Out of 200 episodes, the dominant theme is worlds and software, with 40 episodes. Followed closely with 36 episodes about what I'm calling wayfinding, essays about trying to navigate the world, my creative practice, and the world around me. 26 episodes are standalone essays, and there's looser threads like saints and souls, meditation and experience, and writing. What Permanently Moved is about, I think, is the thing that happened to me, happened to all of us, the internet. The personal computer arrived in my life in 1996. Then the internet came screeching into the family home shortly thereafter. Since then, like an unstoppable rising tide, year after year, the internet washed in a little closer. A T1 connection at university, then Wi-Fi, smartphones, 3, 4, and now 5G. The tide washed over me and has never gone out again. We have all permanently moved online, or been dragged out to sea. I'm in my late 30s, a member of the smaller, older demographic of millennials once known as Generation Y, an intertidal generation who remember the before and after the internet. One foot in the old worldview, the other foot in the digital native waters. It's one hell of a thing to have lived through, to still be living through, and I'm trying to make sense of it. Part of that sense making is what this show is about, and also what I spent most of my month off doing. Finally, after much urging from friends and acquaintances, I've decided to start an interview show. It won't be released for a while. I'm still developing exactly what it is, what it could be, but interviews have begun. I'm enormously pleased with how it's going. It turns out, like making this show, making the sort of radio that I want to make is the same thing as making the show that I'd like to listen to. And I can't wait to share it with you. Lastly, issue 3 of Start Select Reset Zine went out to paid subscribers last week. It kicks off what hopefully will become a collaborative play-by-mail storytelling project. If you'd like to get involved, there's a few issues left. And if you'd like to help me make it to episode 400, please head to thejmo.net/support and subscribe. I'll speak to you next week.